crazy, guys, that, you know, at the end of the day, we have to take it to the track, but they get to just hang out right over there, right on the street. Honestly, not made any sense to me at any time, ever. All right, what is going on, everybody? We're here back in the X5M. We're here in Estes Park. We've been out and about getting all different kinds of content, but that's not what today's video is about. I've kind of been holding back making this video for quite some time. It's kind of like a super special thing to me. This vehicle has a stolen past. Now, I know what you're thinking. That might be kind of a bad thing. Like, everyone doesn't want a vehicle with a theft on its history. But the truth about this vehicle is it's not a salvaged title. Now, I was actually mistaken in my buying process when I've been looking at vehicles. I thought that as soon as a vehicle was stolen, even though it was recovered, I thought that it would still have a salvage title, but that is not the case. So I was just one night perusing through Carmax, and I knew I had some thoughts about wanting to sell the Mustang, but I came across this specific 2015 X5M. The listing price on it was $44,900, but the mileage is what threw me off. 39,000 miles. I couldn't believe it. Looking at every X5M, X6M that was for sale across the United States, there was one problem with this vehicle. I knew something wasn't right. So I had to do a little bit more digging, because most of the X5, X6Ms that I was finding in that $45,000 ballpark had significantly more miles. Most of the examples were already deep into the 70s, if not the 80,000 mile range. So when I saw this car, my first thought was, I almost felt like I was being scammed.
What?
Can I get the shit?
What shit?
Just gave you $300 for some weed.
Because I like to think this is the cheapest X5M with the mileage that was for sale in the nation at the time. And I'm super proud of that. Obviously, they depreciate from their new price point around six figures. It was pretty crazy to see that this, with only 39,000 miles, was available for $45,000. So as soon as I got them on the phone, I was very careful. I first asked them, this X5M, I obviously see that it has a stolen past. Does it have a clean title? And that's kind of when they informed me that every state has different guidelines when it comes to if they're going to deem that title a salvage just because it had a theft.
They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I've been telling these folks, man, you need to get your life together.
Okay, so the craziest part about this entire story is that the car was stolen brand new. $100,000+ X5M SUV stolen right off the dealership lot. I can't even fathom how that's possible. When it was for sale in 2015, that's right when the theft happened. So before it was even sold new at that BMW dealership in Los Angeles, someone got in my car. Like, someone was in my car hooning around for, okay, who knows how long. But I mean, I honestly don't know if they had a joyride, because it's kind of a tough thing to get information on. The only information that's on the website whenever you look up the VIN, or like what's ever attached at least to the VIN via Carmax, is the fact that it only had 10 miles on it whenever it was recovered. So the gentleman that stole this vehicle, I don't know what his intent was, but almost no mileage was put on it. It's kind of crazy to think that this thing was stolen off of the dealership lot, and then they recovered it within a couple of days, and later on it was sold brand new, probably close to $100,000, if not over $100,000, and they were able to make that work out. Like, it's just mind-blowing. So some gentleman going into that sale at $100,000, he knew that it was a stolen vehicle. He knew that it had a theft on its past. So like, I don't know. It'd be really cool if one day I could figure out who was that first owner and like what the conversation was from the dealer in terms of like how they explained that to him. Like, yes, sir, this car right here that you're about to buy for $100,000, it was actually stolen last week. It's just like kind of crazy to think, but I consider myself so lucky to have purchased this vehicle. Number one, because I have a full warranty on it. Carmax sold me for the price of about $4,000 to $5,000, somewhere in there. I think it was like $4,500. I have a bumper-to-bumper powertrain warranty that's going to cover my turbos, my transmission, all electrical components about my gearbox and my motor. It's really cool to think that Carmax will actually stand behind those warranties. There might be some debate about that in the comments, but I respect, Doug DeMuro and his experiences that he's had in the past. Also, there's a whole lot of other people who have had insanely good experiences whenever they have catastrophic engine failure specifically. The fact that they would even sell me a warranty on a vehicle, much less an M vehicle, but one that has the S63 motor and just so many components in here, all-wheel drive, multiple diffs, it's just like something could fail. The only big ticket thing that they say about the warranty, the coverage is up to the purchase price of the vehicle. So the only limitation to my understanding is, apart from me like severely modifying the vehicle and just making it, completely not within the confines of the warranty, basically the only caveat for them is, I have up to $45,000 in coverage. So it's not like an unlimited dollar amount, of course, that I'm going to be guaranteed if something happens, but it really is peace of mind. Like if my transmission fails, probably $7,000 to $10,000. If I have my turbos fail, that's probably $6,000. Now, if I have a piston go through the sidewall and, I'm under warranty, I'm stuck, I'm not tuned.
It's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
Then I don't know, it's pretty crazy. Like to imagine that Carmax could be potentially paying for a full turbo system if this thing breaks. That is the first and biggest reason as to why I consider myself so lucky as to why I got this vehicle. Okay, so warranty number one. Number two, the mileage. I think this thing was so preserved and so clean for being a 2015. If you look at a bunch of other X5 and X6Ms on the market, you're gonna see that not all of them have the lowest amount of miles, and the ones that do, they want at least $60,000 for them. So the fact that this just had a theft on the title and I have a full warranty, it's like a double whammy as to why I feel so good about this vehicle purchase. I don't know, the other thing that's kind of crazy to imagine is I said, all right, set it in motion, ship it here to Denver, Colorado so I can test drive it. And they said shipping was free. Like, if you didn't think I was gonna get scammed before that, it being a stolen vehicle, the fact that they'll warranty it, oh, we'll ship it to you for free, take this thing off our hands. I did. You got me, Carmax. You and Doug DeMuro. You literally got me, dude. But I feel super good, so like, I don't know, I'm sorry if I power tagged this video, the truth about my X5M or Carmax sold me a stolen car, but the truth of the matter is this has been an absolutely fantastic vehicle. I can't wait for my next purchase. I'm already thinking about what my next purchase might be. But for the time being, I'm gonna enjoy every single mile on this car. Again, I told you guys earlier, I had no car for a few years of my life recently. I owned the Mustang for 3 years. Before that time, it was probably a good 1.5, 2 years I had no car. I had nothing to my name. And with a little bit of patience, a little bit of foam coming out my mouth, and a dream that was in my head, I was able to buckle down and get myself that first car, that Mustang. Like, I think it's so cool that I'm sitting here in a BMW X5M. And just a few years ago, before my Mustang, I had no car whatsoever. It's stuff like that as to why I chose to make this YouTube channel. I love making videos, I love talking and being a personable guy, but I really want to share my car experiences with you guys apart from my day-to-day life. I think it's so cool that, you know, I was perusing through the night and, you know, right now, like just full openly, you know, to you guys, I can't just go buy a $70,000, $80,000 car. It's just not in the budget for me. And so to find an example of a car like this for 45, you got me. You got me, Carmax.
Couple niggas with me say they face that up. They going head first, no time to ask what's up. Yeah, that's a definition of you love me, you trust me, and fuck with me. The time come you crying and you go